Good morning, folks. Aquaponics update for May 14th, 2019. How y'all doing? It's early. It's all right. It's a beautiful day out, and given the competition I had with Denny the Rooster the last time, I figured I was on my way out to open up the coop. I'd take a quick minute and do an update now, and then go open up the coop, so maybe you wouldn't have to yell over the rooster quite so much. So this one's going to be pretty quick. Not a lot's been changed since the last time I did an update. I'll give you a quick tour, talk a little bit about the progress we're making, and a couple of challenges we're facing and how I'm going to get around them. Again, the whole point of this video series is an update every couple weeks. Good morning, Denny the Rooster. There he goes. The whole point of this video series is an update every couple weeks so that folks who want to build their own systems, have questions, can ask them as well. Hey, hello Merlin, how you doing? Thanks for joining. There's some particularly unique challenges to small-scale aquaponics, and this is as much a video diary for me as it is a way for other folks down the road to learn. So real quick, for those of you who don't know, a lot of the stuff I'm doing is based on research done originally by NASA back in the 70s, and then taken to the next level by the University of Virgin Islands. University of Virgin Islands is, well, it's the American Virgin Islands. It's literally a volcano. The only water they have is what falls out of the sky. They have no real topsoil to speak of in terms for agriculture. So the project was intended to come up with a way to do soilless agriculture at scale that could provide with as minimal water impact as possible. So that's what aquaponics is about. So that's what I'm trying to do here. Aquaponics, if you believe the literature, obviously enough, do your own reading, do your own research, do your own testing. But the usual standard most people say is you'll use somewhere between 10% and 2%, depending on your system, what you're growing, your heat conditions, blah, blah. But between 10% and 2% of the water of conventional spray irrigation. All right, so let's take a look at what we got going on here. Spin the camera around. Alrighty. So this is where I'm at right now. Basically, I'm in the process of prototyping up the pipe work at this point. So around the back here, this piece of pipe is going to be a surface skimmer. All right, so I've got it already plumbed in there. You can see that. So this is going to be the maximum high water for my system, and the idea is that any water that comes off of here, by definition, shouldn't have any material in it, because it should be surface water. It should be all clean. Down the bottom here, you can see that piece of pipe that comes out through the base of the tank. As much as I hate doing it, I did plumb low because literally for the one reason I don't usually do this, and that's water pressure. So this piece of pipe is going to get extended to the middle of the tank and turn downwards and literally face the bottom of the tank with essentially a flange on it, flange fitting to open up its surface area. But the idea is to go between about a 2-inch, that's a 1-inch piece of pipe, 25 mil. So the idea is to go 2 to 3 inches here, so 50 to 75 mil, to a reducer into that piece of pipe. That piece of pipe comes out here, and it's going to go into, you can see I've got isolation valves just to make this possible. There are going to be rubber cuffs here and here, isolation valves, and another rubber cuff there. What a friend of mine, Danny Clark, calls MJ clamps. Let's show you what we mean by an MJ clamp. For those of you who use a different terminology, that's these things. So this whole piece in the middle is going to be a glued object, but the connections to it will be using MJ clamps. We're going to go into this barrel and this barrel down low. The barrels, as you can see, have been cut. Got the tops patched or cut. And the idea is down the bottom of the barrel, we will come in down low, go to the middle, and come up in a standpipe. And then there will be a mushroom that goes down over top of it, literally so the water is forced to turn around and head to the bottom. That's going to drop all the heavy material that the fish generate off into the tank. And then each of these tanks will have a surface skimmer here and here that comes into this tank. This piece of pipe will also come into this tank. And this is going to be my biofilter. So then all of that water, and so there'll be probably plumbed down low, will be an air injection point. I may just drop a hose in through the top with an air stone, but I'm thinking about permanently just plumbing an air bar into the bottom of the tank. I'll see how much work that's going to be. And so water will go through a mixture of K1 media, bio balls, and pop bottle caps. I talked about that in the last video. And then from there it's going to come out of here. And my project today, due to restrictions I'll discuss in a minute, is digging a hole here for my sump tank. So we'll go over here and... So where's my flippy button? Hello, flippy button. All right, cool. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. That's the progress I got done. Right now, still in the prototyping stage. Ran into a small brick wall, which is that, of course, as you know, most of you know, I'm a consultant, and I got a customer who owes me a fair amount of money. He's been paying me. He's 6 weeks overdue on bills. So that's kind of been chewing into the money I'd expected to use for my aquaponics this summer. So I'm having to change the design purely for financial reasons. So we spent some time yesterday, myself and Chris and Doug Clark, all hashing out ideas about how to get as much surface area for plants as possible, what type of plants to grow, so that if we wanted to, we could potentially go to a 2-tank system this summer, if the finances would permit. And if not, where we could still produce a lot of good greens for use both as fodder, in other words, to feed the chickens and turkeys, to cut down our feed bill, as well as improving, their quality and nutrition, as well as producing greens for greens of an assortment for our own use. My folks were pretty enthusiastic about the idea of getting some more fish from us this year, so numerically, you only want to have, because of how, quote, dirty trout are, you only want to have 1 per 10 gallons of water, generally speaking, 1 per 40 liters. Yeah, that's finish weight, obviously, it's finish weight. So if I got a 250-gallon tank, that is then, or, 1,200-liter tank, then really my ceiling is 25 to 30 fish at most per tank. So, if I want to put 4 fish if I want to be able to do 4 fish on plates once a month, I need to have 50 fish in the tank to be able to put into a freezer. So there are some numerical challenges there because of my water chemistry results from last year. That means 50 fish is 400 plants. Yeah, you start getting into surface area discussions about how many plants, even going square foot gardening. What kind of plants, how dense can you put them, those kind of discussions come up. So we're going to try some different things. It's going to be an interesting experiment this summer, both staying within economy and as well as trying to maximize our yield out of the system. I'm really pleased with some of the stuff we talked about yesterday, just brainstorming. I think it's going to be a very interesting route to explore. And I'm looking forward to getting started. Like I say, right now I'm broke. It is what it is. So digging holes is cheap, so that's going to be the next piece I work on until I can afford to go buy some plumbing. I need probably $30 worth of plumbing parts to finish the barrels up. And then, yeah, we'll be able to get moving forward and get the next step done. So that's the update for today. Short and quick, as always. If you got any questions, anything you'd like me to mention in the next time I do an update, go ahead and leave your comments, questions, suggestions, whatever you want me to talk about in the comments section below, if you're catching this on either Facebook or YouTube. I'm planning on doing a blog post as well to talk a little bit about what we're going to be doing and how we're going to be doing it. If there's anything in particular you'd like me to cover in detail on the blog post, let me know. All the best, folks. Have fun. Thanks for joining in. Hope you're having a very sunny morning. It's Tuesday morning here in Morel. Absolutely gorgeous sunny morning. Got a cup of coffee waiting for me indoors. So I'm just going to go release the clucking and get on with my day. All right. Cheers, folks. Bye-bye.